It's going to be a really tough decision. Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to Southern Miss Golden Eagles Dynasty. This is the off-season. Firstly, we'll have a look through the stats, see who played well. Obviously, the main guy was Trey Lowe, who threw for 2,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 22 interceptions. Langy had 776 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, and then Ty Keys had 606 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Rushing, Frank Gore Jr. had 1,200 yards and 18 touchdowns. Trey Lowe, 731 yards, 5 tutties, and then 403 yards and 7 touchdowns for D. Baker. Leading the way in terms of receiving was Jason Brownlee with 974 yards and 6 touchdowns, 713 and 4 for Jakarius Caston, 563 yards, 5 touchdowns for DeMarcus Jones, 554 yards and 2 touchdowns for Frank Gore Jr., 295 yards, 3 touchdowns for Luke Baker, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns for Brad Dennis, 263 yards and a touchdown for D. Baker. Blocking, 8 sacks given up by Tykeem Doss. He was not that good this year. 7 sacks given up by Khalil Washington, who was actually our best player on the offensive line, so that's a little bit disappointing. And then defensively, 72 tackles for Tash Sykes, 68 for Deshaun Crawford, 68 for Santrell Latham, 67 for Eric Kitchen, and 67 for Hayes Maples. 25 TFLs for Deshaun Crawford, 23 for Taj Sykes, 22 for Eric Kitchen, 13 for Avery Habas. Sacks-wise, Deshaun Crawford had 6, 5 for Taj Sykes, 5 for Eric Kitchen, 3 for Santrell Latham, 2 for Andrew Cole, 2 for Dominic Q1, 2 for Avery Habas, 2 for Tyreek Moody, 1 for Hayes Maples, Josh Ratcliffe, and that is it. So yeah, Deshaun Crawford was definitely our best player on defense. Interceptions-wise, 3 for Santrell Latham, 2 for Eric Scott, and then 1 for Malik Shorts, Rayshawn Mitchell, Eric Kitchen, and Tyreek Moody. 4 forced fumbles by Tyreek Moody, 4 for Malik Shorts, 2 for Everett Cunningham, and then 1 for Deshaun Crawford, Hayes Maples, Santrell Latham, Rayshawn Mitchell, Dominic Q1, Eric Kitchen, TQ Newsom, and then 3 fumble recoveries for Tyreek Moody, Santrell Latham, 2 for Malik Shorts, Everett Cunningham, and Jay Stanley, and then 1 for Rayshawn Mitchell, Deshaun Crawford, Hayes Maples, and TQ Newsom. Our kicker went 12 for 19 on field goals and 53 for 56 on extra points. We're now a level 9 offensive coordinator. Gonna put that into air traffic control. And we finished the season ranked 18th. So all in all, I feel like it was a pretty good year for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. UCLA beat Alabama 31-24 in the national championship game. So UCLA went 14-0. But that's it. Let's go ahead and let's jump into the coaching carousel now. My favorite thing about NCAA 14. We've got a contract extension offer, but we're going to explore other options in the coaching carousel. Luke Fickell went to Washington. Wow. Bill O'Brien is the new head coach of the Washington State Cougars. Oh! We get offered Ohio State offensive coordinator job. We get offered Alabama's offensive coordinator job. We get offered Clemson's offensive coordinator job. We get offered Akron's head coaching job. That'll be taking a step back in terms of level of talent, but a step up in terms of position on the staff. Obviously, head coach being better than offensive coordinator. We get offered Texas State's head coaching job. We get offered UCLA's offensive coordinator job. The team that just won the national championship. We get offered Utah's offensive coordinator job. We get offered Western Michigan's head coaching job. We get offered Appalachian State's head coaching position. We get offered Arizona State's offensive coordinator job. We also get offered Baylor's, BYU's offensive coordinator job, Cincinnati's offensive coordinator job, Colorado's OC job. I think it's pretty much a given at this point. We're going to get offered a lot of these OC spots. I spent a long time on this decision, weighing up all the different options. Obviously, a school like Ohio State is going to be really hard to pass up on. And it was also going to be really tough to try and leave Southern Miss. Frank Gore Jr. is a beast. Ty Keys is a beast. It was going to be really hard to try and leave that school. But after careful consideration, we have landed as the new offensive coordinator of the Arizona State Sun Devils. Taking a look at what this team has to offer, we've got quarterback Jaden Daniels. At running back, we've got DeMonte Trayanum. At wide receiver, we've got Ricky Persol, Andre Johnson, Johnny Wilson. We've got a lot of weapons that we can work with and make this offense elite. The offensive line is very good as well. There are a lot of seniors on this defense, but there are also a lot of good young players as well. I'm really excited about this upcoming season. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving through this offseason. Players that we have leaving is fullback Case Hatch is declaring. Also, outside linebacker Darian Butler, cornerback Chase Lucas, left tackle Calendish, running back Rashad White, Tyler Johnson, the defensive end, right outside linebacker Merlin Robertson, and Evan Fields. The rest are all graduation. We have no one transferring. Had a first round pick, 3 seconds, a third, a sixth, and 2 sevenths. We have no transfer requests. We can now have a look at the top players that Arizona State has been recruiting all season. They have commitments from strong safety Johnny Palmer, defensive end Willie Young, outside linebacker Joel Griffin, defensive tackles Chris Mills, Brad Mason, Eric Yates, Ross Robinson, strong safety Mark Ingram, cornerback Casey Williams, center John Dykes, running back Andrew Cannon, fullback Heath Cutler, halfback Patrick Cook, and halfback Sean Clement. We're going to put a lot of our off-season points into Eric Brewer. We'll also put quite a few into Antonio Lee. We'll also put quite a few into Victor Madison. I would love to get points into Tyrone McCullough. See if we can get Tyrone McCullough. I don't know if we'll be able to. But let's find out if we get any of these guys. We get Tyrone McCullough, Eric Brewer, Victor Madison, and Antonio Lee. We got all 4. We also got tight end Matt Thomas and middle linebacker Donnie Watts to go along with tight end Antoine Franklin. Also now a level 10 offensive coordinator. We're going to put that into up-tempo. At quarterback, we obviously have Jaden Daniels. He'll be the starting quarterback for the upcoming season. At running back, we have DeMonte Trayanum. Backing him up will be Danielle Nagata. These are 2 players I'm excited about and looking forward to playing with. At fullback, even though it doesn't matter much, we got Heath Cutler. And then at wide receiver, we have Ricky Pasol, Andre Johnson, Johnny Wilson, LVB Shelton, Giovanni Sanders, Jordan Porter, Chad Johnson Jr., Elijah Badger, and Lonyata Alexander. Tight end, we've got Jalen Conyers, and backing him up will be Ryan Morgan. Left tackle, Isaiah Glass will be starting. Left guard, it'll be Ladarius Henderson. At center, it'll be Donovan West. Right guard, we have Ben Bray. And then at right tackle, it'll be the junior Ben Scott. Left end, it'll be Michael Mattis. Right end, it'll be the sophomore Joe Moore. Defensive tackle will be Tatala Pacifi Jr. Left outside linebacker, it'll be Connor Soel. Middle linebacker, Will Schaffer, Caleb McCullough, and then a right outside linebacker, Eric Gentry. I think I'm going to move Jaden Williams over to right outside linebacker though. He will get the start there. And then at cornerback, we have Jordan Clark, Mason Williams, Tommy Hill, Ed Woods, Isaiah Johnson, and RJ Regan. At free safety, it's the senior Kayjuan Markham, and then at strong safety, the junior Cam Phillips. Kicker is Christian Zendejas, and then the punter is Eddie Chaplicki. Antonio Lee's best position is the center, so we're going to put him there, and we will probably end up redshirting him. We can now look at some of the player progressions. We see that Jaden Daniels is now up to a 93. DeMonte Trayanum is up to a 93 as well. Also, completely skipped over the fact that Donovan West is now up to a 96. Wide receiver Ricky Pasal is up to an 87. 85 for Andre Johnson. Will Schaff is up to an 85. So we've got some massive overall boosts, which is good to see. We will have to go through and make some cuts. Not many though. We will only have to cut 2 players, which is good. We'll cut running back Patrick Cook and running back Sean Clement. I'm going to start off by redshirting players, then we'll work through the depth chart, then we'll work on the schedule, and then we'll set up the recruiting board. We'll redshirt Eric Brewer, Antonio Lee, Willie Young, Ross Robinson and Chris Mills, Joel Griffin, Donnie Watts, Victor Madison, Casey Williams, and Mark Ingram. I'm pretty happy with how the wide receivers are set up. The only thing I'll probably change is Johnny Wilson over Giovanni Sanders. The fact that he is 6'7" helps a lot, but it's at 86 speed as well. Depth chart is all set up. Pretty much exactly what we said when we went through the position changes. And our schedule at the moment is an A- where we start off with 2 byes. Then we play Illinois, Colorado, San Jose State, number 11 USC, Stanford, number 4 Utah, Notre Dame, number 23 Oregon State, Washington, number 8 UCLA, Washington State, and then Arizona. The change I'm going to make is we're going to play number 9 Michigan State instead of Illinois. That gets our strength of schedule up to an A+. I changed it up a little bit so we don't have back-to-back bye weeks. There's now a bye week, Michigan State, then a bye week. We now get stuck into setting up our recruiting board. Our position needs are a kicker, a free safety, and a guard. So not too many position needs, which is good to see. Sorting it by interest levels, we are first on Albert Morton's schools of choice. Running back El Keller, free safety Dominic Ridgway. I'm going to put all these guys on the board, honestly. We're also second for Scott Smith. So we definitely have some good players wanting to come to this school. We have the players on the board. We're now going to go through and scout them. I'm going to go through position by position and scout all the players. Chris Slaughter looks like a beast. Derek Britt is definitely someone I want to get on this team. Phil Wells looks really good. He'd be a great addition. Atari Goins is someone that would be awesome. I'd like to get John Thomas on the team. I'd like to get both Ben Hammond and Michael Franklin. Jamal Gunn would be sick. Free safety, J.R. Stevens jumped up 5 overalls. He looks pretty good. We definitely got to get at least one of these guys. And then athlete Albert Morton looks really good. And Scott Smith looks pretty good as well. But that's it. That's the off-season done. We'll get stuck into the next season in the next episode. But that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.